So much fire. The heat. Shadows in the ashes. No, no, Cass, run, run! They chased me. I got cut bad. They have no faces. What happened? Where's my family? It's dark. I need to close up the bakery and go home.
Zethras, grant us mercy. Deliver us from our sins, that we may walk under your gaze. Deliver us from the fire and brimstone cast upon us. Zethras, grant us strength. As demons walk among us, so shall we walk the path of righteousness. We shall answer your wrath with a lifetime of penitence.
How could I have let go of his hand? I know he's out there somewhere.
Who are you?
I'm Caspian. I taught history at the school here in town. My son, Lucan, is out there somewhere, alone and terrified. I'm not leaving this hellhole without him. Whatever those demons are, they don't seem to give a rat's ass if you're a Sab or a Palamist. They are making it impossible to search for Lucan.
What do you know about this symbol?
I can give you a history lesson, but I need help. If you want to know more about this symbol, help me find my son, and I'll tell you everything I know.
I found your son. What do you want me to do?
Thanks, Zethras. I knew he was alive. Take this walkie-talkie. Please give it to him. I'll handle it from there.
My husband volunteered to stay behind when his Deimos division got called away to the south. He wanted to protect me. I'd suffered these burns 1,000 times to bring him back. Our defender. My hero.
I am doing all I can here. I can't work miracles. I am not equipped to deal with all of these burns. What a mess. This poor boy. His entire family died in an instant. Artillery shell. And I was lucky enough to find him when I did. We're trying to organize an evac soon, but I need to know that we aren't leaving anyone behind. There has to be more survivors out there. The problem is we have no idea where they are, and if we could spot their locations, we could plan a route to pick them up before leaving.
Why did Zethras do this?
This won't help my patients.
Just a couple flesh wounds. I'll be fine. If anything happens to Sila or the baby, I need to get them out of here.
How can I bring a child into a place like this? What do I tell them? How do I protect them against this much hatred? I can't do this without Solemn. Fia said his injuries are quite serious, and I fear for the worst. Zethras, help us.
I hope my dad comes to get me soon.
Is Caspian your dad?
Yes, my dad's name is Caspian. Hello?
Thanks, Zephyrus. Are you hurt?
Dad! No, but I think Sam is.
I'm sure he's okay. Where are you?
I'm at the school in the maintenance room.
Okay, listen to me. Stay right where you are. I'm coming to get you.
I'm sorry I ran away, Dad.
It's okay, Lucan. The important thing is that you're safe. I'll be there soon.
I hope my dad comes to get me soon.
Are you gonna be okay?
My dad said to stay put. I'm going to listen to him this time.
Thank you for finding my son. It pains me to ask you for another favor.
I found your son. What do you want me to do?
We need to get out of here, but those things are roaming around our truck in the parking lot behind the town hall. Get rid of the creatures, and I'll tell you about the symbol. Take this key. It unlocks the parking lot's security booth, right next to where the Sabs hung our brave soldiers. Thank you for finding my son. We'll go get him while you get rid of that horrible thing in the parking lot.
You've given me a new lease on life. Thank you. I can see now how important this community is to me. I can step up and help, contribute. I can help rebuild once all this is over. It's what my wife would have wanted for me.
This is starting to sink in slowly. As fucked as it is, it's been quite sobering. Seeing other people going through this too. We're in this together. Under his case.
Thanks for helping me. They found me not too long after I lit the flare.
Are you going to be okay?
I'm a little heartbroken to be leaving the shop behind, but there's nothing left for me here.
I'm so glad there are other survivors. We have a much better chance if we stick together. Thanks again for the flare.
I'm so happy to be with my dad again. We left Tris to come here. My mom died of cancer. I think my dad was too sad to stay in our home, so we came here. I didn't like it here. The kids at school were mean to me, and Sam was my only friend. I don't want to live here anymore. I want my dad, Sam, and me to leave Hadia and never come back. My dad wants us to win the war. I don't care anymore. I just want to go to camp with the nice soldiers. My dad told me about the soldiers who wear the blue helmets. We're going to their camp, which has doctors and a lot of food. Dad also told me that they have lots of kids' toys. I hope we leave soon. The lessons at school talk about the Sabs. The teacher said they were evil and dangerous. My dad said the same thing. They're right. Look at what they did. We're the good guys. It's like in my comic book, The Sons of Palom. That's the codename for Hadia's highly trained special mission force. They defend Hadian freedom against the Serpent Brotherhood, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule Hadia by force. Serpent Fang, their leader, always wants to take over Hadia by force, but the Sons of Palom always fight back and win. They use super cool weapons to harness the power of Setharis. You should really read it. When the soldiers left, I went to the playground. My dad always told me to go there if I ever got lost. I was waiting on the swing, but then Sam suddenly ran off. He does that sometimes when he smells something weird. It's usually food, but I heard something. You know, that noise they make? I got off the swing to see what was making the weird noises. I could see something in the smoke. I thought it was my dad, so I called out to him, but then it screamed. It came out of the smoke and I ran away, and it came after me. It tried to grab me, but then Sam attacked it. I've never seen Sam so angry before. He bit the monster on the arm and wouldn't let go. I ran away to school, and that was the last time I saw Sam. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yes. My dad told me we were leaving soon. I just hope Sam will find us before we go.
you for clearing the demons. Now we can get out of here. I've devoted most of my life to investigating Hadia's past. Our country has a vast and rich history. However, it's wreathed in mystery. Every stone I've turned leads to a dead end. There are entire sections in our timeline that seem to appear and disappear as if someone had purposefully created or erased history. I know I sound like a conspiracy theorist, but it's true. Take the Week of Peace as an example. Roughly 1,000 years ago, they decided that every 33 years, the first week of January is a time of reflection and humility. Traditions like this are usually rooted in religion, astrological alignments, or mythology. Not this one. It just starts with no explanation. Giri and Yankel outlawed the Week of Peace. Why? It makes no sense unless you want a war. Like any war, several causes and events lead up to its inevitability. I can tell you how this nightmare started, but I will spare you the history lesson. It's a waste of time. Now that I think of it, it doesn't matter what started the war. It doesn't. What's the point of knowing why when no one ever learns from it? I've taught history for most of my life. I used to think that information and knowledge would prevent such things from happening. What matters now is that this nightmare ends with a palimpsest victory. It's the victors who write history. Thanks, Zethris, for the peacekeepers. They set up a refugee camp at the eastern border. We will all head to their camp as soon as possible. I think it's a beautiful idea to have soldiers defend and provide for the victims of war. They are an example to follow. If the outside world has an army that prevents wars, Lucan and I should consider leaving Hadia for good. Sabs are brutes, thugs, and war criminals. Look outside. Do you need any more proof? Their history is littered with examples of their hubris, cruelty, and complete disregard for their fellow citizens. Talju is but one example of the many atrocities they committed in our history. Sabs are cowards. Our brave soldiers of the Deimos Division were forced to reduce their numbers here in Talju. They were deployed to help the others besieged in the Illigad Valley. Do you think the Sabs would have attacked Talju in a fair fight? Not a chance. Never trust a Sab. Ever. I conversed with one of our brave Deimos soldiers a few weeks ago. He told me that the siege of Leith was going well, and they were on the verge of taking the city. Can you imagine what that would do? It would bring us closer to total victory. It would force the AAF to split its forces, giving our boys a chance to liberate Umbrahan. Without the demons, we would be on our way to a decisive victory. When the Sab soldiers left, I went out looking for Lucan. I heard an explosion and all these demons stormed the streets. One of them almost got me. I barely made it back here. When I finally managed to calm down, I looked out the window, and the demons were all over the streets. I noticed something. The holes in the demons have strange patterns. I couldn't believe my eyes. The same patterns are found all over Haitian culture. You can observe them on ancient monuments, archways, staircases, columns, books, art, ancient artifacts, and even clothing. I have always wondered about the source of inspiration for these strange patterns. I could never connect the dots. Now it's clearer than Lake Sinan's waters.
Now, tell me what you know about this symbol.
This symbol represents the matron saint of southern Argola. You may have noticed that some vehicles and flags have the same symbol. They belong to the Demos division. They worship her. She was initially the subject of my thesis, but I kept hitting dead ends. It was as if someone had erased her from history. She has another name, the Blood Queen.
Who is the Blood Queen?
The Blood Queen has always been a symbol of resistance against Sabinian oppression. Several statues bearing her screaming face were erected all over southern Argola. If I were you, I would go to Maristan. The statue is carved directly into the cliffside next to the village. You can go inside her head. It's hollowed out. Strange symbols are etched on the stone walls inside. I never figured out how to translate them. Perhaps you will have better luck uncovering the secrets of this enigmatic monarch. settling in. Now that the move to Talju is complete, I'm quite eager to begin delving further into the Week of Peace. This new line of research is a breath of fresh air. I was beginning to lose my mind with the constant frustrations of my Blood Queen research. Talju is the only place in Hadia that still celebrates the Week of Peace, even in stark defiance of it being outlawed almost a decade ago. I'm glad someone is preserving our heritage. I grew up celebrating the Week of Peace, and it has always fascinated me. What was its original purpose? Why did Yankel outlaw it in the 80s? I hope to find some answers here. It's good to be back among my fellow Palamists. There is a real sense of community in this town. I've also applied for a teaching job at the local school. I can see Lucan and I building a nice life here.
me know if you want more information on anything you find. Find something interesting? Let's see what the Zeal server has to say about this one. Good find. I'll look it up. Let's see what the Zeal server has to say about this one.
Welcome back. Let's get those weapons. I've outdone myself this time. Here. I'm getting. Taoist will be proud. I'm getting. I'm about done. Here.
Without you and Victor, I'd be a goner. See, I kept a picture of her in the truck's safe box. It's probably burned to ashes.
Good. Come back later. More research. Let's gather more data. More pictures, close-ups, find the patterns. Yes. Come back later.
That's exactly what I need. Where did you get these? Well, thank you. You've probably just saved my life.
That's useless to me. How the hell did you find us? You know what? Doesn't matter. Our CO, Lieutenant Rue, convinced us to stay for a few days. I wanted out of this place so bad. And now we're stuck here. No way in hell I'm going back out there without support. I need a SATCOM radio to contact HQ.
You've saved my life.
Remember when it...
Have I helped enough Haitians?
Good. I'm glad you went out.
Find anything out there?
Wall is full. Good lens. Great work. Getting too close. Watch for rats. All coming together now. Yes. see those fucking things? What the fuck, man?
Who are you?
I'm Iblis. I worked here. Yes. I'm a file clerk. The pamphlet said, come... Wait, oh, that's it. Come experience the ecstasy of relief. What a joke. Whoever came up with that slogan should get fired. Enjoy our nightlife, our restaurants, our theaters, and our culture, it said. Yes, the fabulous Jahanian culture. Look at that culture now. Killing and raping their Palamas neighbors. People they've known all their lives. One day, they just got out of bed, broke into their homes as they slept, and chopped their neighbors' heads off. Preferably in front of their family, because, you know, they have to keep things classy. And then slip back into bed as if nothing had happened. That was the new normal. The next day, the next day, they felt all satisfied and shit. They would choose a new neighbor, and the cycle would continue. The new Leafian culture. And people wonder why I take this shit. It's in all of us. I mean, it's as much in you as it is in me. Some call it the serpent. Let me tell you this. All the rules, laws, codes, and our civility, it's all put in place for one simple truth. To keep the serpent in check. To keep it tightly shackled, locked away at the back of our minds. This is the unspoken truth that no one ever tells you, but I'll let you know. Deep down, everyone shares this dark desire. We want to set the serpent free. The ecstasy of letting our emotions run free cannot compete with people's miserable, mundane lives. This is our actual state. Our true nature, all of us. We are made of pure, unhinged barbarity. Man, where did they go anyway? It was fine having them around, but where the fuck have they gone now? They were here. Then we locals started doing a bit of killing, a bit of raping, and then they ran off. That's not cool. It's when we needed them the most. What the hell, man? It was the first time Haitians saw people from different countries. That was sweet. Even though they were fucking useless. Speaking of them running away from Haiti, there's something behind that. I'm sure of it. Did you notice? Of course you did. You put two and two together, right? The minute they were gone, say it with me, the minute they were gone, the fucking creatures appeared. Fucking right they did. Coincidence? No fucking way. I'm from a profoundly religious Sabaean family. There is a lot of us. Contrary to what any Palamist son of a bitch would have you believe, or any snobbish Sabaean for that matter. They make it sound like all Sabaeans woke up one day, burnt all their sacred goddess, and danced naked around the pagan pyre. May his eye protect us. Leith was filled with Sabaean churches. Lablina has even more. Of course, you don't hear about that. What you do hear, though, is how open-minded we are. The only open minds you can find in Leith are the cracked skulls of Palamist bastards. Brains spilled all over the streets. I might have split open a few myself. The stuff you can do with just the heel of your boots. What's there to say? I was okay with them. I was okay with them until I let the serpent take hold. Why? I have some family who live in Argola, right on the Jehanian border, in the Palamist village of Hetel. After Yankel's death, ethnic tension started brewing in Hetel. In the local school, they began segregating the Sabaean kids. My nephew had the misfortune of writing a love letter to a Palamist girl. That evening, the girl's dad beat my 14-year-old nephew so severely that to this day, he's still eating through a tube. Which ones? Palamists? Sabaeans? Or do you mean the new ones creeping around all over the place? Wanna hear the wildest shit ever? The night they appeared, the creatures, right? Bloody New Year's Eve. I'm in my apartment. It hadn't been blown to pieces yet. I'm coming back down from my high. I pulled the curtain to get some air. On the street, I saw some Sabaean thugs, armed to the teeth. They had themselves some Palamists, and they're fucking ecstatic. A man, probably the husband, was lying in the middle of the road. Next to him, the Sabaeans were dropping cinder blocks on his wife's head. Repeatedly. And that's when it happened. It was as if time had slowed down or completely stopped. And then felt it. Or more precisely, I felt nothing. All my feelings and emotions had gone. I never felt so at peace. My thoughts were so clear, so precise, uncompromised. Then, in a flash, the thugs and their palamist prey got engulfed in a weird, sphere-like, wobbly thing. And all my pain, sorrow, confusion, and hatred came crashing back. I went back to bed and shot up again.
Where is your book restoration department?
Huh? Book restoration? Yeah. We have a department for that. Basement. It's in the basement. That's where Locke works. I like him. He's a straight shooter, wearing that yellow jacket.
Where can I find Locke?
Oh, shit. We were running. I was running with Locke. Fuck. Away from those things. He fell near the cafeteria. I left him. I left him there and locked. I left him there and locked the door behind me. Here. Take the key if you think you can make it.